Back with the rest of these here. Deck reveal. Divine Angel Oracle deck. Okay. Says 876 release. Let go of old patterns and beliefs that no longer serve your highest good. Embrace freedom in your life. Okay. 765 adaptability. You are flexible and capable of facing changes. Trust in your any challenges that arise. Simplification 654. Simplify your life and focus on what truly matters. Declutter your mind and surroundings for greater clarity and effectiveness. 543 clarity. Trust yourself and the universe to make necessary changes to achieve your goals. Soon you'll gain clarity about your life's purpose. Importance of staying grounded and centered amidst life's ups and downs. Connect with your inner strength and stability, finding peace and balance within yourself. Tiger's Eye is great for grounding. They were selling that at the shop that I bought these at, in town, by the way. Tiger's Eye is very popular for jewelry as well. And like it's one where you could like wear it like in the shower or in the water and it wouldn't, you know what I mean? Like some crystal jewelry you have to be careful about. Letting go, 321. Surrender and let go of control, release resistance, and trust in the flow of life, knowing that everything unfolds in divine timing and for your highest good. Right? Sometimes we want to hold on to things that aren't really that great for us, right? And once we let go, and then we find like, oh, this is, oof, right? She'll let go soon, right? So don't be afraid of letting go, right? Trust in the universe. Starting over. 210. You are presented with the opportunity for a fresh start and new beginnings. Release regrets and embrace the present moment with openness and optimism. Yeah. You know, you can't turn back time, but you can embrace the present moment, right? Every single day we have an opportunity to say, yes, today is the day, right? DeBeer, I am stateside in America, by the way. Where are you at? Harmony. 121. Palindrome. That was the word I was looking for the other day. I could not think of that word for the life of me the other day, but it came up in the reading. So palindrome. Embrace harmony in your life. Seek balance between your physical, emotional, and spiritual well-being. Yeah. Is it equivocal on this side and this side? Are you balanced? You know, is it a palindrome in your life? Is something out of balance, right? You know, what blends well with you? What creates harmony? Trust, 232. Trust in yourself and the universe. Have faith in the divine plan and trust that everything is unfolding as it should. Right? Jesus, take the wheel. Anybody? You ever hear that? Right? Trust it's going to turn out. Right? Well, I don't know if I should do this. I don't know if it. Well, is it working towards your goal? Trust that that's the right decision. You know, stop overthinking certain things. Right? Enthusiasm, 343. Approach life with an optimistic attitude, even in the face of challenges. Be excited about the opportunities that lie ahead and to embrace them with open arms. Okay? What's that show? Curb Your Enthusiasm. Beer, you're from Bahrain. I have never been to Bahrain. By the way, I'm trying to think literally like where exactly Bahrain is at. Because isn't that like near the UAE somewhere? Bahrain? You're a Libra. I have Libra in my chart as well. Libras are air signs. Yes. Um, so, De Beer, I'm assuming you mean October 7th, not July 10th, if you are a Libra. Okay. This is just a deck reveal. It's not necessarily a collective reading, although if you do take some messages that resonate today, that is fine, right? 454, embrace change and take courageous steps to unlock opportunities for personal growth and spiritual transformation. Second smallest country in the world, so near on the Saudi Peninsula and near Qatar. Okay. Thank you, Debir, for the geography lesson today. I think I will need to go and recheck that. I actually used to work at a company that we had work in the Middle East. So there were, I believe, shipments that we did to Bahrain. Um, shift. Okay, 565, which I believe Bahrain is fairly like modern country, kind of like, I don't know if you guys have Walmart there, but it's like you have like, shopping centers, every regular type, normal, everyday thing that most people expect out of life just happen to be on the other side of the world. Take a look at your life and see which areas need to be shifted to bring you more joy. Take the time to reassess your priorities and create a plan for yourself. Okay, so that was coming up earlier again, kind of away from the external things and shifting to the internal things, like what do you put in your body? What time do you go to bed? What time do you wake up? What are you reading? What are you watching? Who are your friends? What are your influences in life? Do you need to shift away or towards one or the other? Right? I just bought some of those Febreze things for my car, and like the advertisement said, it's like, do you need a little or do you need a lot? Do you know what I mean? Do you need just a little bit more of this, or do you need a lot more of that? Okay. I have actually been to Chennai in India, by the bay, there, so southeast India. Yes. I was mostly in that region as well. India is a very large country. I know other folks that traveled to other regions in India while they were there. I did not. I pretty much stayed in the Chennai area. I don't know if they're. What is the official name of Chennai these days? Is it still? I think it's still Chennai. Anyway, self love 676. Okay. Prioritize your well being and cultivate a deep sense of love and compassion for yourself. Well, we were in the city of Chennai. It used to be Madras, is what they used to call it when it was still a colony of Britain, right? Pre-independence, they called it Madras, and then the city we were in was Chennai. And uh, I want to say at the time there was at least like 6 to 8 million people there, and at the time, probably the largest city I had ever been in was Chicago, which at the time was around more like 1 million something. You know what I'm saying? Somebody says, actually, I am from India. Okay, yes, currently working in Bahrain. I see. So that definitely is in your region, Dabir. I hope it's working out for you. I hope it's been a good experience. I think traveling for work is a great thing if you're able to do it. If it's even if it's locally, regionally, and internationally, right? Because we find a lot of similarities between folks. We might be living differently, but we still have a lot of similarities among us as humans at the end of the day. 787. Getting back to finishing out, I only have a few more cards here. Authenticity. Be yourself, pursue your passions, and show your authentic self. Don't pay attention to what others are thinking of you. Yeah, you have to run your own race. I was just literally inside watching and yelling at the TV for some sports was on, and this lady, I mean, she didn't just break the world record. She like, it was like the fire. She went up to that fire thing and was like, in case of emergency, break glass. Click, click. Yeah, I'm breaking the world record today. Excuse me, right? Well, she had a pretty fierce race in the Olympics too, and then she went and won today. So anyway, and considering there was such controversy around that race, I mean, there's some people would be like, "Oh, you shouldn't even be racing," blah blah blah, right? Well, no, she didn't. She went out there today and she won fair and square. So, and not only that, she got a world record and then some to back it up and prove it. Anyway, empowerment 898. Stand in your power to embrace your true potential with confidence. Well, Debir, we were just about celebrating Independence Day over here in the States yesterday, and that was on Friday. So it happened to turn out as a nice holiday weekend for us here in America, right? Yes. Yeah. She feels confident here that she's empowered, right? Now, what? Literally, okay? Confidence. 909. Things are moving and you need to make a decision. Act with confidence and take risks. Yeah, I was complaining about this the other day. There was like somebody on my tail, on my bumper, and like they had ample opportunity to pass me. I even slowed down like a little extra, like not below the speed limit, but enough to like, hey, here's an opportunity. No, some people, that's just how they are. They don't want to take those risks. They're not going to pass you, but they are going to ride your bumper away. And here you are needing to stay confident in your decisions. Stay focused, right? Can't let these little fruit flies riding on your tail be distracting what you got going on. Okay? Let's get certain things straight. Prosperity. Prosperity. 808. 808. 8 Sato. 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 Se habla out there. Sato. Sato. Embrace your potential and welcome prosperity. You are making wise decisions and heading in the right direction. Yeah. Head in the direction that you need to worry about. Not the direction that somebody riding your bumpers worry about. Because obviously they can't hardly get there on their own anyway if they're riding your bumper. Do you know what I'm saying? Their prosperity will take care of itself just from watching you lead with excellence, just by watching you walk the steps, just by watching you getting up, going to work every day, and doing the thing that you're supposed to be doing, right? And tapping into your own prosperity and not being like, oh, nobody's giving me this, nobody's giving me. Well, what are you getting up and doing about it, honey? Right? I mean, sometimes we have to ask ourselves these things, right? ready to start a new chapter of your life, be open to meeting new people, right? Summertime is a great time to meet new people because you're doing different activities. You might be traveling, right? You're not in the same routine, okay? So when the opportunity arises, take advantage of that new beginning. Take a step. Take a step. Hut one, hut two. 535. Let go of old beliefs and patterns that no longer serve you. Prepare to step out of your comfort zone. Out of your comfort zone. Why are Libra people good in friendships and love, but do not get that back and return to beer? I feel like a lot of people in the collective experience that, not just Libras. Okay. I would say Libras are very much, social beings as well. So, maybe take a step into a different social group, right? Maybe go, yeah, and I've met some Libras that they can talk to anybody. Do you know what I mean? So it might just be a matter of being in the right place at the right time. Okay, but if we don't step out of our comfort zone, sometimes that doesn't occur, right? 646. Work hard and stay disciplined to unlock a happy, wealthy, and successful life. Okay, security. Your guardian angels are here to help you, right? If you're not sure, like what's your next step, right? Okay, take a step. I'm gonna take a step. Okay, well, should I do this? Should I do that? That's why people say talk to Jesus about it. Go pray. Talk to one of your ancestors. You know, what would they recommend for you? Um, Maybe that security involves saving money at your current job or whatever, right? What would your ancestor be saying? Would they be saying, "Oh, who cares? Just spend it now," or would they be saying, maybe you need to save for a rainy day? Right? Don't make this more complicated than it needs to be. Okay. Trust your intuition. 747. Reassurance. She kind of is reminding me of Marie Antoinette for some reason. Trust your intuition and make practical decisions that align with your higher purpose. Your guardian angels are acknowledging your efforts, right? When you put in that good effort, right? When you do your homework, you might get an A, right? If you don't do your homework, you don't even have a chance. All right? But if you make that attempt, right, you're at least you're throwing your hat in the ring every single day saying, I have that opportunity. That can be today. And maybe the homework that I'm doing, right? 6 months from now, 3 months from now, 2 weeks from now, I'm going to be like, oh my God, I am so glad I studied that. I'm so glad I researched that. I am so glad I paid attention to so and so or whatever I need to be looking at. Reassurance. So you're going to start getting those confirmations coming in, realizing that you're paying attention to the right things. And then you can, hold your head up high, right? you know Especially when I see so many people that are walking and probably like after a long shift somewhere and they're wearing their uniform, and a lot of so many people are just like hanging their head down, blah blah, and it's like, you should be, you worked a shift today. You know how many people got up and said, I ain't doing shit today? I'm just saying. And here you are out accomplishing things, right? Getting you towards your goals, right? Okay. DeBeer says, I start something, plan something good, but get distracted. Yeah. I have a touch of the ADD as well. I'm not gonna lie. But sometimes it doesn't even matter as long as you're doing like put a little bit of time into this, and then maybe you set that aside, and it's like a month goes by and you don't work on it, right? Then you do a little bit of work on here, but you know what? It's better than doing no work at all, right? And all that incremental stuff adds up. All right. That has been the part two reveal for this Divine Angels Oracle deck that I just bought today in town. I think this is kind of a very nice deck, really. Focusing more on angel numbers themselves, it looks like, and getting some verbiage on here that goes along with those numbers. So if you do start seeing some of those numbers in sequence and succession and with a type of frequency, those are your guides trying to say, hey, you need there's a lesson here, right? There's something we need to be paying attention to here, right? Kind of like when it's 11:11, they say make a wish, right? 11:11 is also a gateway portal, right? So what are you wishing for? You know? What's that old song? Wishing on a star, right? Find out where you are. Alright, on the back here, I thought there might be a little something, so I'm gonna read it, yo. And I'm gonna close out this session. Each card in this uplifting deck is infused with angelic energy, ready to reveal the hidden meanings behind those repeating numbers that have been appearing in your life. There is no guidebook for this deck. All keywords and phrases can be easily deciphered or intuitively interpreted. Very nice. You know what? It doesn't even say, like, who put this deck together. There's no name, no author name. So I honestly couldn't even tell you how to get it. I just accept that it was at the local gem and spiritual shop near me. I believe they also do readings there. So if you happen to know me from my local area, you can probably pick this up at her shop. Otherwise, there's probably other Oracle decks if this is something that you're interested in. you know, to go in to some of these stores, support your local vendors, right, at festivals and whatnot, and get yourself a little box of positivity. That what you could do. How some people do those little calendars, some motivational calendars. Maybe you're just sitting there getting ready. Maybe you're waiting for your toast to get done, right? And you're just like, la 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 la. I don't have anything else to do besides wait for my toast to get done this morning. And I just pulled this card and it's like renewal, right? And I read this card and I think, what does this mean to me today, right? Kind of like as Christians say, a daily devotional. Okay, I could see somebody using this deck for something like that. Okay. Alrighty, until next time, please do manifest wisely. Debir, FYI, I did do a bonus summer reading that I posted to the community tab, and I did do a bonus reading just for people under the sign of Cancer. So if you have that in your chart, it may resonate as well. So until next time, bye bye.